Oh, hello there. So we're going to be doing module 72, which is the cost minimizing input combinations module. I don't know if a more exciting sentence has ever been spoken. A firm produces its output using only capital and labor. Labor's 100 a day, capital's 200 a day, MP of the last worker employed's 500, MP of the last capital's 1,000. Are they cost minimizing? Explain. Well, that's actually a nice, easy question. And there's only one. Oh my goodness, this is going to be great. Marginal product of capital divided by the rental rate. So, excuse me while I figure out what I'm supposed to be writing. The marginal product of the last unit of capital over the rental rate of it has to equal the marginal product of the last worker divided by the wage. And if that's true, then they are cost minimizing. And it says we've got 100 for the worker and 200 for the capital. And it says the last worker gives us 500 and the last capital is 1,000. And those things are equal. So yes, because they're equal. Done. Multiple choice. Only they're all that easy, right? Number one, let's scroll over. An auto factory employs either assembly workers or robotic arms to produce engines, in this case, labor and capital. So this is not going to appear on the quiz, but but it's really not a terribly complicated question. They can either or, right? They're talking about factors, so they're substitute factors. See? So that one won't appear. The substitute and complement factors are not particularly important for our class. In an increase in the amount of capital employed by a firm leads to an increase in the marginal product of labor. Labor and capital are considered complements. They're used together. So that's B. Again, not going to appear on the quiz. Substitutes and complements, although they're like I said, they're not that important. So if the marginal product of labor per dollar is greater than the marginal product of capital per dollar, you should spend more, you should hire more workers and less machines, because these aren't equal. That's what it's saying. So the firm should hire more labor. See, that's an easy one. Should be able to do that one on the quiz. For the cost minimization rule states that costs are minimized when this is equal. So marginal product per dollar is equal for all the factors A. 5, and we did that kind of in a practice problem too. Take a look here. A firm produces its desired level of output. Good, good. That makes me warm and fuzzy. Its marginal product is 400. Marginal product of capital is 1,000. Wages 20. Capital is 100. So we just put some numbers. We'll do the labor, and we'll do the capital. And so it says 400 over 20. And 1,000 over 100. So it's not equal. So that one's 20, and that one's 10. So they should hire more labor. So let's see what the answer is here. The firm should employ less capital and more labor. D. Okay. Free response number 2 coming your way. Refer to the table below. Assume the wage is 10 per day. The price of pencils is 1. Okay. What's the marginal product of labor of the fourth worker? So we actually don't really need that information for that. The marginal product for the fourth worker. When we go from 3 to 4, quantity of labor, quantity of pencils goes from 120 to 140. So 140 minus 120 equals 20. B. What's the MPL per dollar of the fifth worker? So the fifth worker's MPL is 150 minus 140 equals 10, and then we divide that by the wage, which is 10, and so the MPL per dollar is 1. C. How many workers would the firm hire if it hired every worker for whom the marginal product per dollar is greater than or equal to 1 pencil per dollar? So we basically look at it and say the marginal product per dollar is greater than or equal to 1 pencil per dollar. You should hire 6 in that case, because if you kind of look through the quantity of pencils and the price of pencils is $1, and you kind of just compare through there, you can see that the MP of the sixth worker is also 10 divided by the $10 wage, so they're going to hire the sixth worker. 6. D. If the marginal product per dollar spent on labor is 1 pencil per dollar, okay, the marginal product of the last unit of capital is 100 pencils per dollar, and the rental rate is 50 per day, is the firm minimizing its costs? So this is saying, the MP over W is already given for you as 1, and it's asking, is the marginal product of capital divided by the rental rate, are these things equal to each other? And so it gives us 100 for that top value, and then it says the rental rate is 50. And so we can pretty clearly say that no, they are not equal. And so no, because MP of K over the R is 2, and it's greater. That's greater than 1, right? So they aren't equal to each other, so that's the answer. Hopefully that helped you. See you next time.